Is expressing your feelings to your partner who is looking at corn, or there's even been cheating in the relationship, not even worth the time because they do not understand it? Let's talk about it. A lot of these men are emotionally avoidant and have never learned emotional intelligence. And so, growing up, they were taught that the way that you handle your emotions is by suppressing it and not saying anything at all. And so, when you are emotional and you have needs, and they are valid emotions, right? But he's constantly invalidating them and saying things like, why can't you just be content? Why can't you just get over it? Why are you constantly bringing up the past? This is the way that he has been taught how to cope with emotions. And so he can't understand why you just can't get with the program and deal with your emotions and just move on from them. Well, his way of handling this is not healthy, and it should not be tolerated, and it should not be acceptable. So I would say that expressing your feelings to men is not wasting your time, and there needs to be really healthy boundaries and letting them know you gaslighting my feelings and you not being a safe place for me emotionally is absolutely unacceptable. And in return, I want there to be vulnerability from you with your emotions, and I want to learn to be a safe place for you emotionally. Our emotions are important, and managing conflict is important. Shoving things under the rug is not healthy, and we will actually lose our intimacy and the spark in our marriage over time if we cannot learn to communicate. This is about communication, it's not about emotions. And a lot of marriages fail for this one reason. It's not that they are avoiding conflict, so there's no conflict in the relationship. It's that they do not know how to manage and communicate through conflict. Most marriages end because of that. Most relationships end because of that. Women need an emotionally safe place with a man, but men also need an emotionally safe place with a woman. And if you think about it this way, this is why men go to prostitutes or escorts or things like that, usually because they just want a safe place to vent and explain, I had a bad day and all those things. But they choose not to worry or concern their wife with these things, a lot of times because they have a fear of a negative feedback or being hurt because they're putting their heart out there and they don't want their heart to get hurt. And their heart was buried a long time ago, usually in childhood. So it's easier to go to a place where a woman does not have an emotional connection to them, is not interested in them for a relationship, is not interested and does not have like an emotional connection to them, so to speak. So there's no pressure, right? There's no pressure in sharing with this woman. And he knows he's paying her to essentially just say, like, oh, you're such a good guy. And oh, I would be so lucky to be with a guy like you. And wow, what an amazing person you are. All those nice little things, but that's flattery, right? It's empty. And they know that. They honestly want a safe place. So you say that they only want peace and a woman in her female energy. They do want a safe place emotionally to go and share their heart with, but they honestly don't know how to get there. So set boundaries with your men to go to therapy and learn how to communicate in a healthy way. And if they refuse to, then yeah, it's probably time to go, because that's an emotionally, mentally, and sometimes verbally abusive situation to be in.